In this video, we're going to look at what we call literal equations. Literal equations are often formulas that are used in mathematics and science, and business, economics, business. Purchasing a home uses a formula for the mortgage. Purchasing a car uses a formula for the car payments. Literal equations frequently have very few numbers in them and a lot of variable representations, where the real-world application would substitute in numbers that they know to find the values for the variables that they don't know. The example that's on this page here says y equals mx plus b. That is an example of a literal equation. There aren't any numbers in that equation. The first example we're going to demonstrate, however, says c equals 2 pi r, and we're solving that equation for r. Now, we know from middle school math that this is the formula to find the circumference of a circle. So if we're given the circumference, we want to change this equation to say radius equals instead of circumference equals. If we look at 2 pi r right here, we know that that is being multiplied, because there is not a addition, subtraction, or division sign in there. So that's being multiplied. We also know that the way we can undo multiplication is by division. So we're going to divide both sides of the equation. And we're going to divide by both pieces that are being multiplied. So the 2 is being multiplied and the pi is being multiplied. So we divide both sides by 2 pi. The 2 cancels, the pi cancels. We're left here with r. On the left side of the equation, c divided by 2 pi does not simplify. So the correct answer is c divided by 2 pi equals r, and we stop. On our next equation, we have the area of a trapezoid, and we're asking that we solve for B1. Notice there's a B1 and a B2, and in mathematics and economics and business and science, B1 and B2 are different variables, just as if we had used a B and a different letter here. They are considered to be completely different from each other. So we want to get the B1 by itself. Well, look at the 1/2. If we multiply by the reciprocal of 1/2, which would be 2, the 1/2 will go away, and then we won't have any fractions. So let's start this by multiplying both sides of this equation by 2. So we're going to do a times 2 and a times 2. On the left, 2 times a is 2a. On the right, 2 times 1/2 is 1. So the 1/2 and the 2 cancel, and we're left with the quantity of B1 plus B2 times H. Again, I said that word times before I said the H. And I can undo a multiplication using division. So I'm going to divide both sides by H to undo the multiplication here. H divided by H cancels. On the left, I have 2a over H. And on the right, I now have B1 plus B2. I only have one variable left to keep me from having the B1 by itself, and that is the B2. And how do I undo addition? I use subtraction So I subtract the B2 from both sides. And when I do that, looking at the left, what I have written down is 2a over h minus b2. That's exactly what I write. 2a over h minus b2. On the right, the b2's cancel, and I'm left with equals b1. E equals mc squared, very famous formula, and we're going to solve for m. Looking at mc squared, I need to recognize that's multiplication. And I undo multiplication using division. I'm going to divide by c squared because I want the m by itself. E over c squared, I don't change it. E over c squared equals, the c squareds cancel, equals m. Okay, at this point, I want you to hit pause, and I want you to solve the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle. P equals 2 times length plus 2 times W, and I would like you to try to get the W by itself. After you have solved it on your own, then go ahead and continue to play. Here is the work for that perimeter. We subtract the term we don't want. So we subtract 2L from both sides. P minus 2L is P minus 2L. We bring down the equals 2W. 2W is multiplication. We undo multiplication with division. We're dividing by 2 on both sides. So our final answer should say P minus 2L, the entire thing divided by 2, equals W. How'd you do?